Oh, this is Dr. Dave Maslock talking about Reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3. And in this particular video, I want to talk about grammar checker apps. So I'm going to go through 14 different sources to check your grammar and spelling online for free. That's a really big thing. I kind of went through and tried to find as many as I possibly can that were legitimate, pseudo-legitimate, I guess, in terms of identifying grammar checker apps or the grammar checker apps. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So the first one that I always use, again, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And the first thing that I actually always like to do, or the website that I really like to go to when I do my own writing, so that's part of what I'm doing Reciprocity all about, is to help out others and to make other people write a lot better. So the first thing I'd like to do is go to Dictionarycom when I'm looking for words. It's a really good source. Oh, by the way, if you go into the notes, there's a bunch of different, I put all the links that for all the different sources that I can find. So Dictionary.com, and I really like actually the thesaurus.com. It's a really great source in terms of helping people out in terms of finding all the different words and stuff like that that are similar to another word. The second one that I use all the time, it's just because that's what I write in, and I'd probably recommend this the most in terms of any other sources, is MS Word, Microsoft Word, simply because it is built in. Most people use Microsoft Word, and it's not going to change anytime soon in terms of getting adoption, mass adoption, and stuff like that. The reason why I recommend this is lots of people are using it, so they've worked through a lot of bugs and stuff like that, and it's really easy to pass around. Sort of a principle that we understand in any sort of innovation, that the more people are using it, the better actually it's going to be. Another one that you can check out is, so this is getting into more of the grammar checker apps at this moment, what I'm going to get into. One of them is Ginger Software. You can check it out. It's kind of an online thing. There's a huge, and there's going to be a bunch of them that are clustered around this kind of area where it's just kind of like rule-based sort of software algorithms. They might have like 200 rules or something like that they're checking. You can look at all of them. I'm just going to read them off right now. So grammarchecker.net, Spellcheck Plus, Scribbins.com, OnlineSpellcheck.com, ProWritingAid.com, PolishMyWriting.com. I think that's called after the deadline. But there's a whole bunch of them that are kind of rule-based. They're checking like 200 different rules or something like that. They kind of use the same corpus of sort of rules and stuff that they're checking. So they're all going to be very similar in what they're checking, what they're finding with their grammar checker. So if you're looking for any sort of sources to check your grammar and spelling online for free, you can look at all of those. There's a bunch of them. They're usually kind of, they're paid by ad spend or ads. Anytime you go on there, you're going to be exposed to a particular ad, which is fine, right? And if you need something that's quick and dirty and you can check really quick, you can go on to that. That works really quite well. I'm not trying to be biased, but if you need something a little bit more in depth, check out Reciprocity.com. It is, and I'm trying to build this. And in fact, what's really cool, what I'd like to do is get you guys to use all these different sources first before you go onto Reciprocity.com, because you can check somebody else's writing using all of these things and help them out. There is a lot of different ways to help out other people. One that I really like is simply because there's so many people that are using it now is Grammarly.com. Now, I don't use this grammar checker app that often. However, I know that there's lots of people using it, and I really like the features that they're sort of building into it and sort of where it's going, and it's going to be sort of easy to use across a lot of different platforms, which is really cool, and it kind of helps out. It's kind of, again, a principle of a good technology that's useful is how many people have actually adopted it and are using it on a regular basis. So I'd recommend that. Go to check that out. One that I really like is Hemingwayapp.com. The reason why I like Hemingway app.com for a grammar, to check your grammar and spelling online for free, is simply because it's a really simple interface. It's really nice. Actually, they did a great job in terms of the interface. It's really cool grammar checker app that they built in, or that you can go on to. It's really quite nice. I'm going to apologize. I'm screeching down a little bit. Another one you can check out is paperrater.com. Again, very similar to what other people have done in the past with these other kind of apps. In terms of the grammar checker apps, what's cool though is that they have a plagiarism detector that's built in to it. So if you're a student, for example, and you need to check your plagiarism, you can just go on there and check it. It's really nice. I usually recommend Turnitin.com for my plagiarism checkers. But you have to pay for it, right? So, and a lot of these ones, I forgot to point out, a lot of these ones are sort of what are called freemium models. So they're free for a little bit, but then you have to pay for different things, which is a totally normal e-commerce model that we have, or in terms of paying for different things and stuff, which is really nice. There'll be some basic features, and then you have to pay for the rest, but you can check them out. They're really quite nice in terms of usability and things like that. So while the next two sources are not grammar checker apps by any means, or grammar checker apps, they're great ways to sort of check your grammar and spelling online for free in terms of getting a understanding of style. So the first one is Schrunk's Elements of Style. Go check that out. I put a link there where you can find it, but you can also look that up. It's an old book. I think it's out of copyright at this moment, so you could check that out. It gives you a good grasp of writing, particularly with English and sort of style and understanding and stuff like that. Once in a while, I'll go check it out and see how to actually write something and make it flow better. But I really like that this is the last source that I really, really, truly like, and everybody should go check this out. It is not a grammar checker app. It is, it's not going to really help you check your spelling and grammar online for free in any sort of way, but it's a free source because there's lots of people that there's lots of sources out there if you go check it out, but it's going to help you influence your audience. And it's Dale Carnegie's How to Make Friends and Influence People. It's a book. It's really short. You should read it. It's got like really short ways to sort of phrase things and structure your arguments and structure your thoughts in order to make people like what you're doing and the audience to like what you're doing. So it's really nice. Highly recommend that. You should definitely start there. Start with the last two as you're writing something and sort of thinking things through. It might take a little bit more to process this than going to the other ones in terms of the grammar checker apps. Those are really simple and easy to use, but they're not going to get you to the same sort of, you're not going to get you to the same degree of writing and ability that you would as you reading through these two different books. They're going to really help you out a lot more than the grammar checker apps. In terms of taking your writing to the next level. And I really benefited from Dale Carnegie's How to Make Friends and Influence People, and you probably will too. So, all right, take care. Have a wonderful day. Oh, by the way, this is part of my Monday Write series. If you like it, go check it out. It comes out every Monday, but I also put out, because I'm a professor of innovation, strategy, and entrepreneurship, I put out all sorts of stuff about innovation, strategy, entrepreneurship, getting into graduate school, all sorts of crazy stuff. Check out the YouTube channel. That's it. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye.